This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. A police crackdown on open drug use and trafficking is being expanded. For at least the next 3 months, enforcement is being ramped up. It comes after an earlier blitz drew strong support, but also staunch criticism. But this time, it comes with a promise from police. Community partners will be right there with them. CBC's Santiago Arias Orozco reports.
Outside this downtown restaurant, public drug use has spiked. With it, vandalism, aggressive behavior, up to 7 overdoses a night. General Manager Brendan Galley says it's impacting the business's bottom line.
If we don't see a transition where this community, this block feels healthy and safe again, we may not be here next year. And that's a scary thought for us.
Police tried to address those concerns earlier this year with a 10-day crackdown on open drug use. They say their sweep helped decrease crime, leading to 106 arrests. Now it will be launched again on Friday and run until November.
There's going to be more resources out on the street, more regular, and I think that's going to definitely show some progress.
The same areas of downtown, Point Douglas, and Osborne will be covered, but this time around, outreach workers from 11 organizations are involved. Some of those groups were critical of police during the first sweep because they weren't consulted. Community groups will now increase their presence where the crackdown is happening. Sometimes walk along with uniformed officers to connect people with options for recovery.
It's not just those that are using or those that are dealing. Like, this is a human issue, and you know, these are our people, these are our relatives.
With resources already strained, Anderson says outreach organizations will likely need to bring more workers. Another advocate worries once people connect with outreach groups, there won't be enough spots to provide treatment, leaving people at risk.
Police presence doesn't reduce people's usage, but does force people to make choices about how they use, which can be a lot less safe.
A public domain Galley is happy to see police aren't doing the crackdown alone. He says businesses have taken care of security, but resources are needed to help people using substances.
That's ultimately what we want. Right now, we're just a little overwhelmed with the amount and the volume of people that we're having to work with.
Striking a balance between enforcement and outreach to eventually not need drug sweeps down the road. Santiago Arias Orozco, CBC News, Winnipeg.
The largest Asian grocer in Canada is coming to Winnipeg. T&T Supermarket is moving into Polo Park Mall. It'll be in a space you may not even know existed. CBC's Bartley Kivas reports.
I get emails and Instagram DMs from all across the country asking for a T&T in their city, and the city that gets the most number of requests for a T&T is Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Tina Lee, the CEO of T&T Supermarket, announced Thursday Winnipeg will be among 9 new locations for the largest Asian grocer in Canada. T&T is moving into a 48,000 square foot space below CF Polo Park, the first Manitoba location for a chain known for its live seafood, in-store baking, and fresh food. Lee says T&T has long wanted to open in Winnipeg, but found the geography a challenge.
We hadn't totally figured out how to keep everything as fresh as possible to match the same experience as the other cities. And so it took a very large investment in our regional warehouse in Ontario and figuring out the logistics, but we got it done.
The entrance to the Winnipeg store will be at the southwest corner of Polo Park. The store itself will be underground.
This is a former Sears distribution center. It's been empty since 2019, and as you can see, there is room down here for a grocery store.
Polo Park manager Peter Haven says the mall will install escalators and elevators. He's thrilled to find the right tenant for this unusual space.
It's a known brand. People understand who T&T is, what they offer, and they're going to come here to seek that out.
The Winnipeg store is slated to open in 2018. Bartley Kivas, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Some people living at a Winnipeg apartment complex are fighting back against a hefty rent increase. The building's owners want to hike rent by 78%. The company says it needs to recover costs from renovating the building, but tenants say they're fixes nobody asked for. The CBC's Ian Fraze reports.
This is my baby.
Alana Swayze has an eye for photography, but a proposed 78% rent increase is changing her picture.
It was just kind of nice that I'm in a place where I can finally get ahead.
She considers her West Broadway bachelor suite a steal, but maybe not much longer. Her monthly rent is just $533 a month. But the new landlords, Wingspan Properties, want to jack her rent to $948 a month.
I was surprised. I'm like, I don't know, I really like this place. I also feel like there are precautions in place that landlords are not supposed to get away with an increase like this.
Landlords can apply for rent hikes above this year's limit of 1.8%. But they must prove to the residential tenancies branch their higher operating costs justify the increase. This year, Wingspan refurbished hallways, stairwells, and added new locks, saying the upgrades will preserve the century-old building.
We are, to the landlord, numbers, sources of income.
However, Eli Bronstein says the renovations tenants want are inside their units, not outside. He says those fixes, like his leaky radiator, have been ignored.
These are of far greater significance than and I would like to emphasize this, mainly cosmetic improvements in the common areas.
The Manitoba government plans to limit how much renovation costs landlords can pass on to tenants. But the province has yet to enact the change or offer a timeline.
We urge them to do so imminently, as tenants are suffering from these kinds of very serious rent increases.
Swayze plans to fight the proposed rent increase through the residential tenancies branch. She's doing what she can to keep this place her home. Ian Fraze, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Recent flooding in Manitoba didn't just destroy farm fields and agriculture. It ruined research and scientific work being done on some crops. Well, the waters are receding at the Brandon Research and Development Centre. The impact could be further reaching. CBC's Chelsea Kemp reports.
Drowned crops cover 390 acres at Brandon's Research and Development Centre. The federal government told CBC that while scientists managed to save some important breeding plants, they won't finish all their tests this year. So making new crop varieties will take longer. The Manitoba Crop Alliance funds some programs at the center.
The genetics coming in and those crosses that are being made early on, and then it kind of feeds that pipeline. And anytime there's something that impacts it along the way, it can delay progress, it can delay when those new varieties come to farmers' fields.
One of the fields is soybeans. Manitoba soybeans and pulse growers say it speaks to the devastation across the province from flooding and drought.
We fund joint projects where it makes sense for where producers will be able to benefit the most from that research, especially when we're talking about climate resilience is a big one.
One Brandon University expert says producers across the globe have been facing growing issues for years. Balfour Spence says farmers, researchers, environmentalists, and others around the world are working together to ensure agriculture can adapt to changing environments and make food chains more secure.
As a global community, I have confidence that it will not be a crash and burn situation.
Back at the Brandon Research Station, staff are cleaning up what they can, while looking at measures to reduce the impact of future floods. Chelsea Kemp, CBC News, Brandon.
All right, Riley, and Riley, late this afternoon when we looked out the window, you could see that darkness start to set in and a little bit of unsettled weather happening.
Yeah, severe thunderstorm watches in place for most of eastern Manitoba into the far southern part of the Interlake, into the Red River Valley and south central Manitoba. I do expect we'll see these dropped as we get into the evening tonight, and that watch continuing into northwestern Ontario with a warning in place east of Red Lake, all because of a cold front that's pushing pushing through the province, and you can kind of see where it cuts through central Manitoba and down along the Trans-Canada Highway here. Along this line, there has been some thunderstorm development through the afternoon, a few scattered showers, even here in Winnipeg through the afternoon hours, but most of the thunderstorm activity itself into the eastern part of the province, where we did see some thunderstorms capable of producing ping-pong-sized hail through the afternoon, some strong winds, and some heavy downpours. All of that now off into northwestern Ontario, but you can see how expansive this area of low pressure is with the counterclockwise rotation around it, and we will start to see winds shifting as we get through the night tonight. So through the evening, still a chance we see a couple of scattered showers. Through the early evening, we'll see some clearing overnight tonight. A few clouds by the time we get into the morning. The wind shifting around out of the northwest, 14 degrees in the morning, and that northwest wind keeping temperatures cool through the day tomorrow. Still a lingering chance of isolated showers, Brittany, and temperatures around 23 by the time we get to the afternoon.
All right, thanks, Riley.
Welcome.
All right, here's a look at the Red River as we head to break. We have much more ahead straight after this. Stay with us. Arlington Street is busier than ever with buses. Since the city overhauled its transit system last year, it's turned one section of Wolseley into a transit corridor, not just impacting roads, but damaging homes. While drivers have been ordered to slow down, those living nearby say that's not happening. CBC's Alicia Wang reports.
Residents in Wolseley say these buses are going too fast. So fast that they say they're causing cracks in foundations and pictures shaking on the walls.
I can't tell you what it's like at 5:30 in the morning to have your bed shake and to be woken up that way.
Marguerite Rogers says it's happening despite a speed reduction order issued in June by the Committee on Public Works. The order requires buses to drive at a maximum of 30 kilometers an hour on Arlington Street between Portage and Wolseley Avenue. Rogers says only some buses are slowing down, so she raised $300 to install signs reminding drivers of the order. But it's a temporary and partial solution.
Now, the street is probably as bad as it's ever been. We have potholes and cracks from stem to stern south of Portage.
Molly McCracken also lives in the area and says buses going too fast sets a bad precedent.
You know, people lead by example. If they see a bus going fast, then other cars, and also with a lot of construction in summertime, people might want to, you know, deviate around through a neighborhood when really they should be going around down Portage, down Sherbrooke or Maryland.
Janice Lukes, chair of the Committee on Public Works, says Winnipeg Transit has found that some drivers are driving up to 40 kilometers an hour.
The transit inspectors are out inspecting, but human nature seems to be to go a little bit faster than what's posted.
A spokesperson for Winnipeg Transit said that reminders are issued to bus operators via radio, text, and bulletins in transit garages. Rogers says she's not against public transit, but right now she feels like the neighborhood's been getting nowhere. Residents were told official signage would only be possible next summer. Luke says official signage marking the reduced speed could come sooner, but it'll have to go through council when they reconvene in fall. Alicia Wang, CBC News, Winnipeg.
The province is ordering a Southeast Manitoba school board to respect the legal rights of students over the age of 16 when it comes to their confidential health care. Manitoba's mature minor legislation allows students 16 and up to access health care without the knowledge of their parents or guardians. But the Hanover School Division has told staff not to honor those rights. The Education Minister has ordered the division to comply, saying if not, it's in breach of the law. If they don't, the province says it can dissolve the board and appoint a trustee in its place. A BC father on a Canadian road trip stopped in Winnipeg to collect signatures for the Prime Minister. His 3-year-old son has a rare disorder. It can be treated, but with a hefty $8 million cost. As the CBC Santiago Arias Orozco reports, they're hoping to raise awareness for patients here in Canada.
Chiming the bell for every letter sign in support of Gourmand Gil. The 3-year-old was diagnosed with spastic paraplegia, a condition damaging the nerves responsible for his movement. His father, Stalanjit Gil, says it's considered a rare disorder.
The disease is progressive, so if he doesn't get the treatment done, he would lose his ability to walk. It's heartbreaking. You never imagined, our life was different last year.
Gil says genetic therapy could help his son, but the $8 million bill won't be footed by public health care. He's now on a road trip from his BC home to Ottawa, collecting signatures for the Prime Minister, calling on Canada to do more for patients like Gourmand.
If it's possible to give a chance to someone to do that therapy, why not give them a chance?
Families signed a petition in Winnipeg. Bableen Kerr is a mother herself. She was moved to hear someone else's son is struggling to get the care they need.
And we should stay together and put our step forward in finding the cures. That's why I'm here.
People who have never met Gourmand showing solidarity. These cousins even went a step further, writing a letter to the Prime Minister themselves.
It's not just one person that's probably going through this. A lot of people are probably going through the same thing or maybe something similar. So I think we should just stand up for others as well.
Health Canada says it's difficult to say how many people live with a rare disease, but estimates from 2023 suggest it's around 1 in every 12 Canadians. Gourmand's father is on the road trip to make that known.
That's why we want to reach in all major cities within Canada to connect to those people, to give them hope, to get hope from them.
So families going through the same feel less alone. Santiago Arias Orozco, CBC News, Winnipeg.
All right, Riley, back in now. And I shouldn't say it is so nice to see people outside and around downtown as the temperature gets a little bit cooler, because you see everybody running inside for some reprieve for air conditioning when we get that 30, 35 degree mark. So lots of people just kind of out and about and enjoying these cooler temperatures.
I've noticed in the evenings too. A lot of folks in my neighborhood out in the evening, just taking in the short summers that we have.
August.
Exactly, right. Because those days are getting shorter. Sunset is now close to 9 o'clock here in Winnipeg, and we'll see that continuing to go down. Let's have a look at temperatures. As we got through the afternoon, back in the mid to high 20s across at least the Red River Valley, but looking at temperatures, you can really see where that cold front has come through, just comparing, say, Morden-Winkler, 27 degrees at the moment, and Swan River at 18 right now, the Pas at 16, and you can kind of see on the color contouring where that front kind of sits right now. And it's along that line where we'll see scattered showers and some isolated thunderstorms developing into the evening. Still 28 at Fort Francis, Thompson at 15 right now. So we'll tap into some of that cooler air into the Red River Valley and into northwestern Ontario as well as we get through the day tomorrow. It's a quick break from some of the more seasonal temperatures, and then we'll start to warm up again by the time we get into the weekend. So the severe thunderstorm watch remaining in place. There is the chance that we see a few more isolated showers or a rumble of thunder, but most of that now pushing off into northwestern Ontario as we head into the evening hours here. In behind that northwesterly wind, that is what's helping to really cool things down right across the province as we get into the day on Friday. So that front pushes eastward through the evening tonight. Like I was saying, likely a few more scattered showers or some thunderstorms predominantly into northwestern Ontario and the extreme southeastern corner of the province, but things staying quite unsettled for much of northern Manitoba through the night tonight and right through the day on Friday with fairly widely scattered showers. Likely we'll see some of that sinking a little bit further south as we get into the day. So the Parkland, the Swan Valley, into the Interlake, likely seeing some isolated showers, maybe a couple of stray showers as far south as the Trans-Canada Highway as we get through into the day on Friday. Into Saturday, again, a likely chance on the backside of this that we'll see a few pockets of showers early on, and then we'll start to see things clearing up as we get through the later part of the day. That's because winds will stay quite breezy through Friday and even into Saturday in some cases out of the northwest for much of the province. So in terms of what's to come rainfall-wise, some of the numbers you're going to see here, particularly into northwestern Ontario, do take into account the potential for some of that thunderstorm activity tonight. It doesn't mean that we'll see numbers that high. It just means that's what's possible when we do see thunderstorms through the evening. But a fairly, traced to a few more millimeters yet to come in some of those isolated showers into central and northern parts of the province, and where we will see some rain lingering into northeastern Manitoba, likely another 5, maybe up to 15 millimeters of rain into the northeastern part of the province. So Shamattawa, Gillam 18s and 20s tomorrow afternoon. Periods of light rain or some isolated showers by the time we get to the afternoon. 22s through Dauphin, Swan River, mainly sunny skies. And Brittany, things remaining cool for much of the south as well as we get into the day tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Lunar litter, why this rocket ended up way off course and where it landed. Next. Plus, Riley's back with your last look at the forecast. We have new images from space showing a school bus-sized piece of rocket smashed into the moon. On Wednesday morning, a 4-ton SpaceX rocket body slammed into the lunar surface. It was traveling at more than 8,600 kilometers per hour. The side-by-side before and after images showed traces of where it hit the moon. There were no lunar spacecrafts in orbit close enough to record the close-up of the impact. The large debris is from the second stage of a SpaceX rocket launched in January 2025. The crash site on the moon is difficult to observe directly from Earth.
All right, time for a look at your dog walking forecast, and I promised we'd get back to dogs for today. So here we go. How about Coda, who, by the way, has a nickname, Coconut. Thank you, Catherine, a loyal viewer, for sending that picture in. Please keep sending yours to talkback@cbc.ca. Prepare for a bit of a cooler one, and you know, if you're not a fan of the heat, a more comfortable day through the day tomorrow. 14 first thing in the morning, 23 by the afternoon, maybe a couple of stray isolated showers as we get through the later part of the day tomorrow, more so into the Interlake and into the Parkland, but we could see a couple of odd showers in the Red River Valley as well. All right, your 7-day forecast, back up to 25s through Saturday into Sunday, mainly sunny skies. And as we get into next week, bright start to the week, Monday at 24, and another chance we could see a few showers as we get into Tuesday. Well, move over, Moodang, because the Toronto Zoo just got its very own. I didn't write that. I just read what was there.
A female pygmy hippo calf was born at the zoo Sunday morning to her 20-year-old mother, Kindia. That's tonight's Daily Lift. So cute. Lots of excitement around the calf's birth. Pygmy hippos are endangered, of course, due to habitat loss. The newborn is up and walking, taking her first steps just mere minutes after birth.
Now, the public can't see her just yet. She needs a bit more time to bond with her mother under the zookeeper's careful watch, but I'm sure in not too long from now we'll be getting more pictures and videos.
I'm just waiting for the live stream that you know is going to happen.
I know.
We will definitely be watching.
Yes.
Send us in any pictures you have. We love showing them throughout the week.
Any corner of the province.
Exactly.
I'll take it.
Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.